Hey guys, Trixway back here with another video today. So yeah, it's been like 4 months. So the main reason I haven't been posting for like a really long time is because I recently switched from Mac OS to Windows. So pretty big transition. And yeah, it took a while to find a new video editor. The screen recorder was pretty easy, OBS Studio. That was kind of obvious choice. And yeah, video editor took a long time. It took literally all the whole time, honestly. And yeah, finally chose Blender, like the 3D modeling software. So yeah, it actually works pretty fine. So I'll still keep on looking out for different things, but yeah, right now Blender works fine. And today we're gonna do the pen versus clone text engine. All right, Showdown. So we're gonna compare size, performance, all right, and just basically which one is better for what kind of project, all right? Because spoiler, there's no winner, all right? They're both equally good depending on what you're doing. So first, let's start with performance, all right? So the pen text engine clearly wins in this one. Um, so with pen, alright, all you're doing is stamping, right? So when you stamp something, all that happens is like you take basically sprites, alright, like a sprite, and you capture its current state, and then you can never touch it again, alright? It's just stuff stuck on the screen unless you erase everything, alright? Pretty simple. Now with text, a bit more complicated, right? Because by text I mean clone, alright? Uh, you can actually like change things afterwards, right? After it's made, you can modify, you can do whatever you want, all right? Even after it's done rendering. So clones, those take up a more CPU and RAM, all right? Because again, it has to store that data and be aware that they're individual objects. So first round pen, all right? Now let's talk about how many characters you can render. Again, pen wins. Text, we all know that Scratch has a clone limit of 300, and you can't go past that unless you're planning to use Turbo Warp, but it makes it a bit inconvenient. So I try to keep everything inside Scratch, unless you're doing things a bit crazy, like, I actually made a camera. You need Turbo Warp for that, it's gonna take too long without that. So, yeah, pen wins again. Now, why should you use the clone text engine? Alright? So yeah, there's a lot of blocks, right? Pen wins again in the size feature. Yeah, you need to have the whole render block, alright? The reason this is so long is because I made it very, very modular. Like, I added a lot of stuff. You can check out my clone text engine tutorial, right? I'll link both tutorials in the description so you can do whichever one you want. Um, so yeah, a lot, like a huge definition, alright? And then these three blocks, right, these three little stacks are all just for clearing, right? So let me just render this text, alright? I'm rendering hello world, and star x and star y basically means where should the x and y coordinates of the first letter be. Size is basically size of text. Delay is basically the delay between each letter, right? The longer you keep it, the longer it'll take for each letter to come out. Just by per second actually. Yeah, spacing, basically spacing between each letter, and vertical space. Basically, this actually has text wrapping. So yeah, you can choose how, like, basically the space width, alright, the line width. So let's just go ahead and render this. Simple, alright, but you can see the green flag is still active. Now the reason that is because again these are clones. So to fix that, all I gotta do is just hit the clear block. Alright. So yeah, your clone text engine, right? That is mainly for those pixelated games, right? Really love them. And a great example is Pokemon Emerald. All right, so in that, right, whenever you're talking to someone or anything happens, really, right, the character comes up and a bit of text comes on like the bottom portion of the screen, alright, and it has basically a typewriter effect. So this lets you replicate that, and you can obviously change the font to something other than the standard font. I just made it so that it was easy, alright, something basic to start off of. And again, if you're not using all of the characters, I recommend deleting some costumes. I mean, it'll make it a lot less stuff to load when if you ever want to edit stuff. Like, see, click on it, takes that long to load. So, clone text engine, great for that kind of stuff. Now, what is the pen useful for, right? So let's get a pen block. Let's just type hello world again. Width between, which is again spacing 100, and let's do the exact same stuff as before. All right, you can see there's not as many options, right? These are pretty much all the options you can get, unless you want to change colors and things like that. So if you click on this, all right, just instant, nothing happens. All right, nothing. You can erase all. Yeah, that's it. All right, great for score counters. All right. Say you don't want to use the standard variable. All right, like you don't want to use these. These get annoying. So, right, you really hate the orange. You could always just get this thing. All right, and you can just type, like you can use some join statements. All right, you can join, hi, and I don't know, whatever index. This is kind of get messed up, but anyway, alright, you can join that. Okay, cool. It got everything nice, alright? So you can kind of like just do things like that. Now, there's also another thing that I want to mention. So basically, what you can do in the clone is you can edit things afterwards, alright? So before you hit clear, alright, you can basically make it so that, well, actually you can set up the clear, so basically, for every single clone, right, it could individually clear it out, right, if you have clone IDs set up and all of that. That's obviously going to be a bit of a work, but it works, alright. You can have, animations when they're coming in, alright. So you can do all kinds of crazy things, because basically clones are practically sprites, alright? That you can treat them as sprites as long as you use clone IDs. So, which one is better? Well, neither, like I said in the beginning. Again, just, it all comes down to this. If you want to do a score counter, simply use the pen, alright? Anything that you want really rapid updates, easy, quick, alright? Use the pen. And if you want to be high quality, go to Turbo Warp, and yeah, you can change the pen settings, the high quality pen. If you want text, right, like a character talking, some things like that, or story, right, you can definitely use the clone text engine. That's perfect for that, alright? You can have animations, colors, all that kind of stuff. Basically, anything that you can do with sprite, alright? Clones are basically just sprites, that aren't differentiated inside this area. So yeah, that's really it. So next time we are going to be apparently be doing a drawing tutorial, alright? So, yeah, it is on request by KJJ 2012, alright? So yeah, big shout out to him. Yeah, he also tried to help me find a video editor. Yeah, really a big shout out to him. And so he wants to learn how to make a drawing game. So I'll teach you guys how to do that, and maybe I will do a color picker. All right, he did request that. So yeah, I don't know if I can do that. Like, I have done color pickers before, like a single one for the camera thing, but the math behind that honestly makes no sense to me. It's just looks like a bunch of random numbers. Sorry. So yeah, I won't be able to explain that, but I definitely could help you guys implement that. So probably a multi-part thing. We're probably gonna have it pretty extensive, and yeah, after that, probably gonna do a Showdown versus Scratch 1.4, Scratch 2.0, and Scratch 3.0. All of their offline editors. As you can see, I'm using offline editor right now. The main reason I'm doing that is, getting used to the whole offline editor thing before I do that tutorial. And yeah, that's really it. And I'll see you next time. Bye.